This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris. Welcome to Easy Entertaining. This chili tortilla bake is kind of a combination of a chili relleno and a huevos rancheros. And one of the things that's great about this dish is it can be used for a main dish at dinner time, or it can be used as a main dish for brunch. So the first thing we need to do is get a casserole. This is about a 2.5 quart casserole dish, and I'm just going to spray the inside with a little bit of baking spray. Now the first thing we need are some corn tortillas, and they come in a package of 10 or 12. It doesn't matter which type you get, but you are going to want to divide the tortillas in half and take half of them and start breaking them up into sort of bite-sized pieces and making a layer in your casserole dish. Then we're going to get 2 cans of chopped green mild chilies, and we're only going to use 1 can right now, and we're going to spoon that 1 can out on top of the tortillas. And then we're going to get a large can of sliced black olives and put half a can of olives on top of the chilies. Then you're going to grate up an 8-ounce brick of jack cheese, and we're going to divide the jack cheese in half because we're going to take and put half of the cheese now on top of that first layer of tortilla, chilies, and olives. Just kind of scattered around. Now we're going to do the whole thing again. So we're going to take the last half of the tortillas, we're going to break them up into little bite-sized pieces, layering that on top of the jack cheese. Then we're going to get our second can of chilies, kind of spread that out on top of the tortillas that we've broken up. And then we're going to also get the other half can of our black olives and sprinkle the rest of that on top of the chilies. And then we're going to get the other half of the jack cheese, and we're going to put that on top of everything. So now go ahead and set this aside, and let's get the rest of our ingredients together. Now what we need to do is we need to crack 4 eggs, and we're going to put those into a small bowl. And then once you get those cracked, just get a little whisk or a fork and kind of beat those up and break those yolks up. Then we're going to need 2 cups of buttermilk, and it's important with buttermilk that before you open it and use it, you kind of shake it up. And we're going to get 2 cups of buttermilk, and we're going to add that to the eggs. And then again, we're going to kind of add a little more seasoning, a little salt, and a little pepper. Now, if you liked things to be super hot, you could probably add some Tabasco or some green jalapeno sauce if you wanted to at this point. And then you're just going to go ahead and kind of whisk that up. You really want to make sure the eggs and the buttermilk are all combined nicely. And then we're just going to take that egg and buttermilk mixture, and we're going to slowly pour it onto our casserole. And the reason you want to do it slowly is because that egg and buttermilk is going to kind of sink down into those layers of cheese and chilies and tortillas and olives. And sometimes what I do to kind of help it along is I'll take my whisk or a fork or a knife and kind of just pull in those edges a little bit to get that liquid mixture to kind of seep down. And you'll notice as you keep pouring it in, you'll even start to see little bubbles start to come up, and then pretty soon you'll start to see the cheese and the olives and the chili will actually start to surface so that you can see that that liquid is seeping down through those layers. Now pop this into a 375-degree oven for about 35 minutes, and when it comes out nice and brown, let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes before you start cutting into it. Now I'd serve this with some fresh salsa and some cilantro on top. You could also offer some guacamole and sour cream if people wanted to add that. And there are also some items you could put in the bake if you want. You could add different types of cheeses like jack and cheddar, or even a pepper jack cheese. You could also put the cilantro in the bake, Or you could put some sliced scallions or some diced chicken. Well, this dish really captures some of the flavors of Mexico, and like I said, it's great for dinner or brunch. For more information on this episode, go to our website and visit the Easy Entertaining show notes. Also, if you have any questions or ideas for us, send us an email. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.